Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is my second Minecraft tutorial and today I'll be showing you how to make a creeper only mob farm for 1.13. I'll also be including a list of materials, so let's get right on with it. So before we get into the actual tutorial itself, I'd like to show you how this works. So creepers are actually shorter than other mobs. As you can see, his hitbox is just below the bottom of this trapdoor. A normal mob is the same height as the top of this trapdoor, so if you have a ceiling covered in trapdoors, most mobs won't be able to spawn, but a creeper will be able to, and that's how we use this farm. Unfortunately, spiders will also be able to spawn, but that's not good, so we're going to put carpets down in certain locations, and that will allow us to block all spider spawns, which will make all spawns creeper spawns, and it'll make the farm highly efficient. Now, to be moving the creepers along so they don't all just bunch up on the spawning platform and ruin the mob cap, we're going to be enlisting the help of our furry feline friend, the cat. Now, for those of you who don't know, to get a cat is extremely simple. You're going to need to find an ocelot, which spawns in the jungle, and you're going to need a bunch of cod. Or, I think you can use any raw fish, except for the tropical ones, but cod works best. I'm not sure if I can do this in creative mode. Hold on, let me switch to survival. Alright, I'm now in survival mode, and as you can see, cats are very finicky as this one has now run away from me. So let's see if we can get him to come close. With cats, unlike dogs, oh, wait. Yes. With cats, unlike dogs, you can't just like run up to them and try to feed them fish. It won't work because they run away. With a cat, you've got to wait for it to creep up to you. It'll get into almost like its own crouch position, and it'll slowly sneak towards you, and then you have to right-click it with the fish, and it'll become tame. And there are three different kinds of cats. There's the black one that I've got here. There's the orange one, who I've got on display over here, and then there's a third variety, the Siamese cat. Give me a second, I'll see if I can try to get one of those to show you. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. The very next cat I tamed was actually the Siamese cat. So any of these three cat types will work. My personal favorites are the orange one and the tuxedo cat. Sorry, Simon. No love. But anyway, with that, it'll help. Creepers are afraid of cats, so if you put a creeper down here, I'm going to run away now so it doesn't blow up, but as you can see, the creeper is scared of the cat. It's actually going to run away from it, and it'll run a total of 6 blocks away. That's why we've got this farm is 6 across. I'm going to turn it on to peaceful real quick, so I'm sure I'm not going to get myself blown up. It's 6 blocks across, and then it's got 2 trapdoors on the ends, because the creeper doesn't see these trapdoors as open. It thinks they're closed, so it can walk right across it because it's dumb. So this will let it make certain that it just runs right off the edge and falls into our pipe that we're going to be building down along the bottom to collect all the creepers in. Just to clarify, I have nothing against the Siamese cats. I was joking. I have a cat with similar markings in real life, and we love her very much. Okay, now back to the video. Alright, this is the farm we're going to be building. So if we pop on inside, I'll show you how it works. You can see we have our trusty assistant Jeff. And then this is the carpets I was telling you about. Basically the creepers spawn in here. They see Jeff, and they run away. Then they land in this water stream. Sometimes they jump around because they're still a bit scared. I'm just going to put one in that's not already jumping. It'll fall down this water chute, go down, fall down there, and it'll land in these mine carts. Hold on, let me get out. It'll land in these mine carts, and there are actually 25 minecarts here. It's hard to see, but there's actually 25 of them. So when the creeper lands in, it's automatically reaching the mob cap. for entities. So no matter how many creepers fall in here, they're going to be experiencing the entity cramming, and they're going to take damage. And luckily, even if we're not killing them ourselves, they still drop gunpowder. And as you can see, this isn't all from those creepers, obviously, but I did leave the farm running for about an hour when I walked away from my computer earlier, and as you can see, we've gotten almost an entire double chest full of gunpowder, so that's pretty darn great. Alright, these are the materials you're going to want to gather for this farm. Just a side note, you could combine all of these blocks here and this one into a single type of block, but I like using all of these different colors because it just makes it easier to see where you're placing things. And I would definitely suggest having this one block separate because that's the block you're going to place your cat on. So when you're building out your square, it's very easy and simple to see where the center is. I'm just going to hold this for another couple seconds so you have a chance to either take a screenshot, pause the video, collect everything, and then I'll see you back in the testing world to begin. Alright, to start this farm, you're going to want to come either about 100 blocks off the ground, or you could build this above the ocean, and then you'd only have to go about 50 blocks up, but I'm going to be showing you how to do it 100 blocks up, but really you can do it either way. You could even put it on the ground if you wanted to, but that would drastically lower the productivity. It's much better if it's up here, because then you can unload the area down below. No mobs will spawn down there. You can have an AFK platform up on the top of up just above the farm itself, and that'll allow plenty of mobs to spawn. Okay, so once you come up, you place your orange concrete. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're just going to fill in the rest of this space like so. Alright, so you should end up with a large square that's, I think, 13 by 13 all the way around. And you don't have to put in this checkered pattern like I did. I just like to because it's the colors of the creeper and I think it looks fun, so I do it. Next, you're going to want to come grab your carpet. You can use any color carpet you want. I'm going to be using white just as a demonstration. Going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and again come up 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, fly around to the other side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, nope, that's not right, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and this will make sure that there is no 3x3 spaces, spawning spaces available for spiders to spawn. This will only allow creepers to spawn, which makes it a highly efficient creeper farm. So as you can see, look around, there's absolutely no spaces with 3 blocks not covered by carpet. There are no 3x3 spawning spaces available. Next, you're going to come down to the sides here, grab your trapdoors, and again, you can use any kind of trapdoor. I'm just going to be using oak. You're going to want to place them along the side like so on every single block. Next, you're going to want to come out 2 blocks and put a ring around the entire platform here. Alright, next you're going to come on the outer ring and place trapdoors all the way around. Okay, excuse me. So now you're going to want to come up a couple blocks. Let me see. Yep, that's it. And you're going to want to put a ring around the ceiling, like this. But we are going to start putting the trapdoors in. Oops. However, before you do that, you might as well just fill in these side walls here. Okay, now you can put in the trapdoors. So the roof is going to be, on this level here. So you want your trapdoors to be on the top of the block directly under it, like this. Okay, so don't bother placing a trapdoor above this block because we're going to be putting a slab over it later once we actually get the cat in. Excuse me. But next, you're going to come down along here to the side and go down 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're just going to continue that all the way around. I'm sorry, I've just realized I've messed this up. You're going to want to move this entire thing up one like this. Sorry about that. Okay, now we're going to come down here and put a wall in on this side. Now you're going to add in a floor. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to put a bucket of water in each corner, like so. And come over here, and over here. And then you're going to follow it to the center. As you can see right here in the middle, it gives, there's a hole where it doesn't reach. So I'm going to ask you to come 2 off that hole, put blocks there and there, 2 off, blocks there and there, and then drop this entire thing down a level. So this will make sure that the water flows down the edge and it's still going strong by the time it reaches the hole, to make sure that it actually knocks all the creepers off the edge and none of them get stuck. So we're going to do that, and then make sure to fill in this down here or the water will flow off the edge. And unfortunately in 1.13 with all the new water mechanics, when water is flowing off an edge, it causes extreme lag. Any sort of water update causes extreme lag. Alright, so you're going to want to grab a sign real quick and put one there and put one there, and then you can break your blocks. You could have done this without breaking. I did that wrong. Place a sign there and place a sign there. You could have done it without placing the new blocks, but if you had, here, I'll show you what would happen. If you had done this, it would have the water would have all flowed down, like I said, but B, it would have also had this weird sort of sideways flow on the corner here, and that causes a possibility of a creeper getting stuck on the edge right here. So if we put in the blocks, it evens out the current and it makes it all nice and straight. So that's exactly what we want. Alright, so you're now going to copy this on all the sides, and I'll see you back when you're done. Okay, now that you've got your water in, I want you to choose a side. And I'm going to grab some glass real quick. I'm going to use lime stained glass. You don't really even need to use glass. I just like the way it looks. I think it looks nicer. Okay, so we're going to come down. Yeah, one more I think. And then throw in a floor. And this is one of the things. So a creeper is going to run off the edge, land in one of these water streams, get pushed to the edge, and fall in here. So then we're going to put in the glass tube that runs. Oops. I can't tell if that's... Yep, that's the right one. Okay. So you want to make sure that directly under your block of orange concrete, directly under your center, you leave a block missing in the floor, because the way the water works in 1.13, we can't just have all 4 of these tunnels converge on a center point and drop it down, because the creepers would just bounce around in the middle of the water. So to fix that, we're just going to extend it out like this, and then as you can see, the water will end at the very end. Yeah, okay. And then you're going to come down to the other side. You're going to do the exact same thing. So if you want, you can just pop across here and just continue this trench all the way across. Make sure you don't miss any blocks either, or the creepers will get stuck on the edge, or they'll jump out. I noticed during my testing, also make sure you've got 2 on either side of this chute here, otherwise they will fall out. They'll sort of parkour their way out of the trench, and they'll end up like on the trench below it, or they'll end up in the collection chamber, and you don't really want either of those, because if you try to go fix it, guess what's going to happen? The creeper's going to blow up, and you're going to have to rebuild whatever it just blew up. Alright, so we're going to come down here, build the collection chamber, and I would suggest just putting your water in as you're building it, because it makes it easier so you don't have to try to come back up here once all the tubes are completely sealed off and everything, and you can use it to make sure you've built your tube to the correct length. Okay, so now we're going to come down through this center hole here, and we're actually going to be using this block here as the ceiling for this one. So the floor for this one's actually the ceiling for this one. It saves you a bit of glass. And then you're going to take your concrete, or whatever block you're using, come down here. This one has to be a couple blocks lower than the other one, because as I had said before, you can't just have it, you can't all 4 of them just have them be on the same level, unfortunately. I think you could have done that in 1.12 possibly, but in 1.13 the water mechanics are changed, obviously the update aquatic, but yeah, so you're just gonna fill out this tunnel. It's basically exactly like the other 2 we've built. Hold on. Yeah, make sure you have a hole right here on the side where it hole in the floor, I mean, right in the center, right beneath the other hole. so that when the creepers fall down through this chamber, they just shoot right through the middle and they can fall down to your collection area. Okay, so now you're just going to come up, pop in the back. We just need to throw down the last couple blocks. And you're going to put a water bucket right here. That'll flow down. What am I getting stuck on? That's not good. Okay. You're going to flow down here, and as you can see, again, it'll go right to the edge. This works nicely because it's a square, so make sure you built the upper room correctly, not just because of the spawning size, but because if you don't, it's really going to mess up these tubes, and it's going to make it hard for you to collect your creepers neatly. So make sure, do some good counting when you're building this. I'm going to finish this last tube, and I'll see you when it's done. Alright, as you can see, I have the tubes all finished, and they look pretty neat from the outside, don't they? I think they look pretty darn cool. And you can see if a creeper, oops, I'm falling. If a creeper lands in this tube here, it can, was there a hole there? There is a hole there. Make sure there's no holes. The creeper flows down here, gets pushed by the water, and keep in mind the creeper is going to be swimming, so it actually pushes it quite a bit faster, and it falls through the tube. So now you're going to take your glass and you're going to come down here, and you can bring your tube as far down as you really want to. If you make it far enough down, you can actually AFK here, but it's better for you to AFK up at the top of the farm because it'll provide you with more gunpowder, because the farm will be more efficient. And then you're going to come down here. Also, another reason for you to build these out of glass, it gets pretty dark under here, and if you build this out of concrete, or if you build this out of whatever other block you're going to use, things can spawn up here, and you'll have to light this up, and that can seep into the farm and lower the rates. It's possible. I tried it. It didn't work too hot. But anyway, you're going to want to come down here. Okay. And now we're going to give it a floor. But don't put a concrete block there. You're going to actually want to put soul sand right here to keep your minecart or your minecarts plural in place. So grab your rail. You're going to want one hopper minecart and about 25, I believe, regular minecarts. So place in your rail, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Break the rail. Make sure you break this rail, otherwise when we put in the piston later, it's going to shove everything around and it'll break the farm and it'll make everything go crazy. Minecarts will go flying everywhere. So now you're going to want to put a slab here.
Video is getting very long, so I split it into 2 parts. Part 2's link will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.